Hello.
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 Hello. How's it going? Hello, everybody.
As Dana says, hiya, kitty cats and daddy-os.
How's it going, everybody? It's Sunday. Liz has a great question here. She asks, what jobs do we think Katy and Vikki should apply for?
Dude, it's been so long since I've had a real job that I no longer think I'm an employable human being.
Oh, no. You would quit or be fired. I don't even know if you would last an hour.
Immediately. I don't think I can function in normal society anymore.
You wouldn't last an hour. I think I would last longer than you.
Oh, you totally would.
But you would probably assault someone.
Yes.
Or
probably?
Probably.
I think it's highly likely.
I'd say probable.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys.
Dudes, it's seriously. Listen,
your sales have been pretty rough.
My sales have been rough.
Which is funny because they're still higher than mine, so mine are also lower as well. But it's, I jokingly put that title, Katy and Vikki look for new jobs, because sales have been down. I mean, it's summertime. We've talked about this a million times before, so not to get too far into it. But it's like we didn't have our show last week, and I actually had a good week last week. Like,
so
I'm serious.
Where's the proof?
I'm serious.
Where's the proof?
I'm serious. Oh, you want proof?
No, I don't want proof.
Well, you can't say that because now it's like I have to show my proof. No, I actually did want to show you guys. I was just we'll get into our numbers later, but I did want to show you guys because this is the life of being a reseller. We call it the EKG, and you can see I was not having great sales for a long time. And then this is, let's see, the last week was the one that we didn't do a show for, was the 8th through whatever, through the 14th. And you can see I had some really good sales. I did some big bundles. I actually ended the week, I think eBay was like 2,300, which if you watch the show regularly, you know that that's a pretty good week for me. Looking good. Then we didn't do the show. And then this happened. And then this happened. I mean, it is rough. But I will say 3 years ago, even this number, this over 6,000 for the last 31 days, 3 summers ago, I mean, I was struggling at like 4,000 something, and I didn't have my other platforms. So again, all relative, but I think Vikki's even having a worse time than me. We don't have everything to show. But so I don't know, it's kind of laughable to a certain degree for us because we're just grateful that we're not in the place we were like a few years back where sales the way we've had them recently would have been a lot harder.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully we do cross list other platforms. And for me to say that I'm having a really bad summer and my sales are terrible, my sales are still $10,000 to $11,000 a month cumulatively.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, honestly, that's not bad. And
we would be in heaven three summers ago.
I have no reason to be Debbie Downer or whining about that. So, yeah.
But let me tell you, like, how hard is it to make plans, to do stuff, to make plans for your business when 1 week you make $1,000 less than the week before, or 1 month, you're $3,000 lower than the month before. I mean, those are significant numbers. And so it does make it harder. Like, you're kind of nervous about like spending too much money on something to help your business because you're like, I don't know if this month it's going to be as good as it was last month. So it just kind of shows how, you go from
it's relative. It's all relative.
Well, and in this business, you go from just trying to pay your bills, and you go to full time, and you feel really good when you hit that point where you're actually able to pay your bills just with your reselling business. But at a certain point, you have to go beyond that. And I think that since we're going to be talking about the Boss Reseller Remix here in a second, because we do have a ticket to give away. We did a contest the last couple of days.
And I hope you entered. And
yeah.
Listen, I saw my friends in there chatting in the chat a little bit earlier. I saw the ladies in there.
Uh-huh.
That I really hope you girls entered because I'm kind of sad that you're not coming. And I think they live in the Portland area.
Oh, okay. But what I was wanting to say is that's part of what the remix is about. It's about, a lot of what you're going to be getting from some of the presenters and from other sellers is getting to meet and learn from people who have kind of taken it beyond just okay, I can pay the bills. I can get my bills paid. I can pay my rent. I can pay my car payment. I can put food on the table, but then what? Like, where do you, what's the next step to get to like that financial security to where you can have a really shitty week or a shitty month or a few months, and it's not going to put you into panic mode. It just might depress you a little bit. But,
and you don't feel like you really do need to go get a job.
Yeah.
And you know, and some people are at that point where they're trying to go full time and they're still trying to build up enough income so that they don't have to keep another job, you know, a real job as we call it, you know, not that this is not a real job, because trust me, it is. I work far more hours for myself than I ever did for anyone else, but I enjoy it a lot more.
Yep.
But yeah, I think and that's a scary leap to take.
It is.
And not everybody even wants to do that. So, you know, again, success is relative, right? Everybody has their own version of their own success and their own goals and their own growth that they want to achieve. And we just want to help be a part of that. And we're hoping that our event will help take you to the next level, whatever that next level might be. Yeah. So,
absolutely. So, but to be clear, you know, we've been through that before. Like I've said this before, when I first started on eBay and went to full time, I didn't have another job. And I remember days where I literally needed to sell enough that day to be able to cover the eBay payment that was going to come out of my account the next day. And somehow I managed to escape ever having that happen where my account was overdrawn. But there were more than a few times where it was that close and it was super scary. And so, you know, we do get it to a certain degree.
Yeah, Liz said it right there. What is the saying? I left my 9 to 5 to work my 24/7. Yeah, pretty much nailed it right there. And I apologize if my voice sounds funny. I am battling a hell of a cold.
Yeah.
It is just a cold. I've actually taken 2 COVID tests because I'm that paranoid. But it is not COVID. It's a good old fashioned head cold.
Yeah.
But my ears are clogged.
Still exist, guys.
My head is clogged. I've been sick for like 10 days now, and it's killing me because I may actually have to go to the doctor's office because it might actually be leading into bronchitis, which means I'm going to need like a Z-Pack to knock it out because it's not going away.
Yeah.
But anyway, not the vid. But I sound like crap.
So speaking of the Boss Reseller Remix, like I said, we did a contest on our Instagram. Let me go ahead and I'm just going to share the screen here. Look, and I even set it up to share the screen before we even did the show. It only took me over 2 years to figure out like, hey, I could get that set up before we even start.
Wow.
But anyway,
shocking.
So we did a ticket giveaway. People had to, you know, follow the Boss Reseller Remix Instagram. They had to tag some friends, share some stuff. And as it does say on here, although I don't, you know, some people, maybe they were just being supportive or some people were paying attention, but you did have to not already have a ticket. In other words, if you win, you don't get a refund for the ticket you already purchased. This is a free ticket that has not been purchased yet. So, and I think I was able to weed out the people that were not eligible. But if you somehow the person that wins is somebody that already has a ticket to go, sorry, you're not getting a refund. You either have to bring along a friend or let us pick another person, if that makes sense. But real quick, before we announce this winner, we're going to do a random draw. And before we announce this winner, just to be clear, this is just for entry to the event, which means you get to be there all 3 days. You get to do all the fun extra activities. You get to go to the party on the last night, all that stuff. But you do have to get yourself here to Vegas, whether you're driving, taking a plane, and you also have to
plane, trains, or automobiles.
Yes, you also have to figure out your own accommodations once you are here. So this is just for the ticket price to attend the event.
And yes, Allison in the chat, yes, send me back my amoxicillin, dude. That would be a big help, actually. I gave her a whole bottle of amoxicillin.
Yep.
Just an aside. Some people
illegal.
It was not illegal.
Illegal.
Some people, it's amoxicillin, not a class 3 narcotic.
It's still a prescribed medication.
Some people, when they go to Mexico, they stock up on all kinds of drugs, right? Because, you can go to the pharmacia in Mexico and get all kinds of stuff. Like I know lots of friends, when you go to Mexico, you get all kinds of stuff you can't get in the US. Me, what do I stock up on? Amoxicillin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had like a big, huge thing of amoxicillin. And when she was here, she needed some.
And whenever I would go overseas, I've been to Southeast Asia a bunch of times, and I always go straight to the pharmacy and get a bunch of Cipro, which is like the heavy duty. antibiotics
Well,
because it's so freaking cheap and it works.
True. It's true.
And I always got sick like one day there from like, some sort of bacteria that my body wasn't used to. And so then
It's true. Cipro is one of those things that's unfortunately not, you don't want to take very often because it's so super strong. It knocks out all the good flora in your body too.
Yes. But when you go to a totally different country, your body's not used to any of the bacteria. So you can get real sick. Anyway. All right. So once I weeded out all the people who already are coming, I ended up with 29 people who entered who apparently are ready to buy a plane ticket and get their own hotel room, hopefully, so they can come. And so I'm going to do a random order here. Here's the list of people with their numbers assigned to them. And so we have in here minimum 1, maximum 29. I'm going to hit generate.
Only 29. That's actually those are pretty damn good chances.
I know, that is good chances. Yeah, and of course, anyone who entered, I'm sure they knew that they were going to it was going to cost them some money to come. So I'm glad that people weren't just willy-nilly entering. But so I'm going to hit generate, and it is going to determine who the winner is. If you are in the chat, I'll also be announcing this on Instagram. You just need to contact me if you are the winner. Contact me on Instagram because I need to see that it's actually your Instagram account. Contact me through the Boss Reseller Remix account, and we will get it all figured out for you. But here we go. Are you ready? Is everybody ready?
Everybody ready?
All right. Yeah, it is pretty good odds. All right. Let's hit generate and bam. Ooh, 15. We're going right for the middle,
right
guys.
in the middle.
Right for the middle. Let's see what number 15 is. 15.
Trader Don.
It's Trader Don. Look at that. I guess we're gonna
Oh, he's coming.
wrangle him into coming.
He is coming.
And he can drive a car to come over here. He doesn't have to fly. All right, cool. We will be announcing that. I'm actually really excited. That
I'm actually going to contact his ass while you're talking right now. And
listen, we got a show we're doing here, man.
Start doing the show. Doing the show.
Jeez, guys. Look at this one over here. Anyway, okay, let's all watch Vikki while she's texting. Mm-hmm. Okay. How's it going? What are you saying to him? Okay.
You won the ticket. You coming now?
He better. All right, he's a mainstay for eBay Open, so I'm actually stoked that he won that, and now he has no excuses. Okay, so this is our Sunday show, guys, and for anyone who hasn't come to watch our show before, I am Katie. This is Vikki, aka Victoria, when she wants to be taken very seriously, and if she did have to go get a real job, she'd be telling them her name is Victoria, and if they called her Vikki, she'd probably slap them upside the head, aka my fiance.
And that'd be why I'd get fired. Day one.
Probably, yeah, general assault there. Anyway, so this is our regular show that we do on Sundays. We did not have our show last week, and I'm very, 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 very sad to tell you guys that we will not have a show next week because I'm going to be in Oregon with my sister. Maybe I'll post some funny videos and whatnot on my Instagram, but I will be in Oregon with the one and only Binky. I'm going to be there from Friday until Monday, so we will not be doing a show. But I mean, come on, I get to hang out with the Binkster, so that's pretty cool. But so I do apologize that I will not be here. So I mean, I'm assuming you probably can't figure out how to turn the computer on, right? So
I will not be doing a show by myself. Sorry, guys. I mean, I can figure out how to turn it on, but that's about the gist of it. Katie does set up these shows every time, so sorry.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not going to get me by myself.
No.
I'll be sitting here singing that.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, guys. So that's next week. Not going to happen. But we break the show up into 3 parts. The first part, we go over our real numbers, the good, bad, and the ugly. We look at our gross sales for the last week, and we kind of break out the costs, the fees, the shipping, our cost of goods. And we kind of, we cry, we commiserate. It's all good. It's all good. So we'll be doing that first. The middle part of the show, we look at some sales highlights. Things were looking real meager this week, guys. So we actually went back 2 weeks since we didn't have a show last week, but we'll show you some of the highlights of things that we sold over the last couple of weeks. And then the last part of the show, we look at our haul, things we picked up this week. And guess what? We actually did some sourcing. Crazy, I know, right? I did a big buy from yesterday's fits for the first time in I think almost a month. You went to the bins You went to a really big sale that you can tell us about later. So you got some cool stuff. And I also did like a little bundle buy from Rally Roots week before last of some cool stuff that I want to show you guys. So we actually do have some stuff to show. Mostly clothing. I think all clothing.
Yeah, I don't have any hard goods.
Sorry, guys.
But I do have some really cool clothing pieces, not just mediocre shit this time.
Yeah, she's got some cool stuff. So that's going to be today's show. And again, going back to the Boss Reseller Remix, for those of you who didn't win, come on, guys. You don't want to miss out. So there are still some tickets available. And make sure that you're following at Boss Reseller Remix on Instagram. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of it. I think I put some funny stuff on there. I think it's pretty cool. So you should probably come and be part of the fun. All right? Okay, so do you want to go ahead and look at our numbers for last week?
Let's go for it.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. So eBay, what are you doing to me? And you saw my number, my last 7 days, including today, is even worse. I'm in like the 700s. But eBay gross sales, $858.70 with 16 sales. Etsy, I had 10 orders with $708.30. That was a lot better than the previous couple of weeks. That's getting a little bit closer to what I would like to see on Etsy regularly. Nothing sold on Instagram. And then Grailed and Mercari like stepped it up this week. And I actually had a couple of decent sized sales on Mercari, but Grailed and Mercari had 6 total sales for $465. So my total gross, I actually somehow eked it out past 2,000. I don't know how. It's like I'm just crawling along, which I guess is the best you can hope for in the summertime. So actually not bad. $2,032 total gross sales. My shipping obviously lower this week, $121.77. You can see the breakdown of my fees and my cost of goods, not as high as they normally are for me, $360. So my net total sales, $1,324.22. So my gross average
not horrific.
Price, no. Not horrific. True.
Not great, but not horrific.
No. Gross average sale price $63.50. I like it to be 70 and above, but what are you gonna do? Net average.
I'd like it to be 10,000 and above.
Okay, I usually keep it at 70 above. I got goals, man. Okay, but this week $63.50. Net average sale price $41.38. So
my average sale price looks terrible.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and look at Vicki's and see what she's got to cry about.
Okay, so 34 on eBay, 8 on Etsy, 1 Facebook Marketplace, 13 on Poshmark, 1 on Depop, 4 Mercari, and 1 private sale, which was a personal friend that reached out and bought a bunch of stuff from me on eBay, off of eBay, but went to my eBay store and said, hey, I want to buy this stuff, and sold it off eBay. So 62 total orders. So 1305, I'm rounding up, on eBay. 411, or let's call it 412 between Etsy and Facebook Marketplace. 578 between Poshmark and Depop. 161 between.
No, that's just Mercari.
Okay, 161 Mercari, 75 with the private sale. Total for 25, 30, 78. Again, not a terrible week, but
no.
247 shipping, 160 eBay fees, 35 Etsy, 115. You can see all the fees down there. Total of 580 and change for total costs. My cost of goods, again, relatively low. It generally is. I don't spend up the way Katie does. We all know that I'm a cheap. So my total net sales, $1,784 and change, not a bad net. My gross average sale price, you'll see, is rather low. Again, because of this mediocre buy that I've been making weekly from this one source that I've told you about. I'm picking up 75 to 100 pieces every week from the same source. I'm paying $4 an item, and they are selling for around $30 to $40 an item. It's not going to be as high as my normal sales prices, and I'm okay with that. So I knew that it was going to drag my average sale price down by selling this stuff. And I am taking almost, because it is coming in such quantity, I am taking much lower offers on this stuff than I would on some things. A lot of it is really lower priced bread and butter stuff. So I'll take an offer of $25 or $20 because there's so much quantity, because I have so little invested in it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So
it's all right.
Can't complain. As Germer says, can't complain. And that's true. But we still do it anyway.
We still do because I'm
in the
miserable.
confines of our own home, and to you guys a little bit.
I'm a whiner.
We're still gonna complain a little bit.
I complain about a lot of stuff. Ask Katie. I'm a whiner.
Oh, she's the biggest whiner of all, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm a ranter though. She's more of a whiner and complainer. I'm more of a ranting about the state of things in the world today, that kind of person. So I do rant about things, but they're usually things like removed from me, whereas you are more of a complainer about things that affect you personally.
That's true.
So
I try to ignore the world as a whole because it's a big
it's a cesspool.
It's a big effing dumpster fire out there. So I just try to keep my little insular world.
It's true. Oh, I will say though, one thing is, if you guys remember a few weeks ago, we started August 1st, we started this whole like trying to eat better and getting more exercise and lose a little weight so we can get ready for our party outfits for the Boss Reseller Remix. We want to look snazzy and cool and feel good out on the dance floor.
I have 50 pounds to lose, dudes. I'm not going to lose 50 pounds by October.
So it's officially been 3 weeks, right? We've been weighing in on Sundays. Do you want to say how you've done so far?
I am down 9 pounds in 3 weeks.
I think that's pretty good. I think 3 pounds a week is pretty stinking good, because any more than
it's not terrible.
Any more than that, I feel like you're probably not doing good things to your body. Now I'm down 10.8 pounds, but you got to realize I'm 6 inches taller than you. So I think that's a pretty fair comparison, but down almost 11 pounds, guys. I feel pretty good about it. We're drinking lots of water. I'm not drinking any beer right now, which helps. But yeah.
I'm not a big beer drinker. I wish I could say like, hey, I'm not drinking. So that I wish. I wish.
Yeah. So anyway, we're
working on it.
Keep on keeping on. I think we're doing better this time around than we have in the past, because this time we've been drinking lots of water.
We're both focused.
We've been eating better foods. Like it's all about having like good options that you like, as opposed to eating, as Dana calls it, sad food. Because it's like if you just eat sad food, then you're going to be sad all the time. But there's really delicious food that's like good for you. So
we're getting better at it. Yeah. So I have 41 to go, but I think I'm focusing on 21 more by the remix, which I think is doable.
Yeah.
So,
but I do want to shout out. I see Trish in the chat, which she does not. She's usually too busy for us
to
come and watch our show, because like us, she probably doesn't really watch YouTube very often. But I love seeing her in the chat, and I want to give a shout out to Trish because Vikki had a pretty rough day yesterday, some personal stuff going on. And,
I lost a very good friend to COVID.
Yeah,
Friday night. Yeah,
yeah. So she said it's been a tough weekend, and yesterday was really bad. And Trish randomly last night sends us this video that is hilarious. And it's so funny. It's actually, I don't even know how to describe it. It's an edited video that brings together some amazing elements that involve us, Trish, Diane, some dude on the TikTok, as the old people say,
and making fun of Trish and the way she says pocketbook.
But she did such a great job editing it together. It is so funny. And Trish, I actually wanted to tell you need to make yours public so I can share it more easily. I might even put it on my Instagram, because I want people to see it, because we were dying laughing. We were giggling so hard. It is so funny and actually really well.
You made me laugh for the first time since I got that news Friday night. I spent most of the day yesterday really having a really hard time, and I spent a lot of time crying, and so it made me smile, and I really appreciate it. It was really hard.
Yeah, we were doing lots and lots of giggling. So everybody that's seen it has been enjoying it, but I think I'm going to steal it and put it on
you have to put it on Instagram, because there's lots of people that aren't on Facebook that won't see it.
It's so funny. It's all about pocketbooks, okay, guys? About the pocketbooks. So find a way to check it out. I will put it up on one of the Instagrams at some point in the next day or so, because it's pretty funny. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our sales highlights. And let me go back and share the screen. What do you got here? Will you tell us about this?
Oh, this came in my lovely unboxing that I did, that live impromptu unboxing I did in our Facebook group that Dana had filmed. This came in the box from Laura, and it was listed, I don't know, I think it's been listed maybe less than 2 weeks, and it sold for the price you see there, $59.96. It's not an especially fantastic. It's like a late 70s, early 80s Vanity Fair nylon peignoir set. Not super fancy, but it still sold for a really good price. It was a nice deep pink color. I think I paid on average $4 an item from that box I had sent her.
It's things like this that look so much better when you have the background removed, and it makes the color pop a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it probably does help you get better prices for your stuff. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, first up for me. So this is actually, you'll see there's only 2 pictures here, and they're 2 different t-shirts. So I did bundle last week. The week before last, I had some great bundle sales on eBay, which I don't normally have bundle sales on eBay, but I did like 2 really big ones that together totaled over $1,000. And then, but this week I had bundle sales on eBay, on Mercari, on Grail. It's like I had a lot of different people anyway. So if somebody wanted to buy both of these shirts, and it just made it easier because I had sent them an offer to buyers, which they couldn't send an offer back, and then you got to wait for it to time out. So I was just like, whatever, I'll just make you a different listing. But these 2 t-shirts I actually got from Barry, and they're pretty funny. I don't have the picture of the back, but the back was something like about Mary Jane, basically doing the Mary Jane, smoking the marijuana. And they're really tiny t-shirts, but I paid $10 a piece for them. And I know I could have gotten more for them, but this guy wanted both of them, and we agreed on 120. And I'm like, you know what? I've had it listed for like maybe a week. Between the 2 of them, I spent $20, and they're super tiny shirts. And $20 into 120 is not a bad deal. And so I went ahead and made the deal. And I just made this listing separate that has the 2 bundle thing, which you have to do when you do Mercari. And this is eBay, but whenever you do it on Mercari, I learned the hard way that you have to bundle. You have to make an extra listing because you cannot upload the same. You cannot upload the same tracking number for more than one item, which is annoying. So if you ever want to sell to the same person and ship it together, you have to make it in a separate bundle on Mercari, just so as you know, because then they can just say they didn't get the other thing that came in the same package, and then you're screwed. All right, what's this?
This also came in my my mystery box from Laura. This also was this was listed less than a week, and I do think that I probably could have held out and gotten closer to my asking price for this because it was a truly fantastic, bright, vibrant Hawaiian dress pattern. But again, I am inundated with inventory right now, so I'm trying to let go of my items and flip them a little bit faster. So I do think getting $71 for an item that I paid $4 for is still worth it. Yeah. I am someone that is, now that my inventory has grown to the point that it has, that I'm not trying to hold out for the highest price quite as much anymore. Yeah. This dress is beautiful. It was one of my favorite things that came in the package. It actually rolled into a sale within 24 hours. Unfortunately, I don't always do that. And I did not mean for this one to go into the sale, but what the hell, it did. So it sold like the day after. I think I had listed it it was listed for like 3 days. Yeah. And it had rolled into a sale pretty quickly, unfortunately.
I think it makes it a lot easier to take those lower offers when you have so much inventory and you're not the one who's taking the pictures or doing the listing really anymore. I mean, I know you approve the drafts, but you're not as much time has been invested in it. So it's like, there's no reason to not just take the offer and go.
Right.
If you're making some money.
I do keep, when I think something is extra special, like this one was kind of one of the really special ones, I probably could have gotten more for it. Yeah. But again, I do have, 3,700 items in my inventory, and I'm bringing in 100 items plus a week. I just have to keep it moving at this point.
Absolutely. All right, next up, here's another. I sold some stuff from that buy from Barry. I got some good stuff from him, and this is another one. So I paid $10 for this, you guys. This is a really cool 1979 Houston Gay Pride T-shirt.
I like that.
I think it's really cool. I think the history is really cool. And even though it was definitely slim, measured like a medium, even though the tag says XL, I mean, measuring like a medium is a heck of a lot better than the extra small, which seems like any 70s T-shirts are like extra small. So this was just a really cool piece of history. It's only been up for like a couple of weeks, and somebody made like a really random offer for $137.50. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. Thanks for your weird offer. So I paid $10 for it, sold it for $137.50. I mean, obviously I priced it high knowing I would be taking offers. So I was more than happy to take that amount, but just a really cool shirt, cool piece of history. I love it. Very cool. Next.
These I've had forever. I think I picked these up at a Savers. I can't even remember when, but I guarantee they were very cheap because nobody knew what they were. I think I paid $5 or $6 right here. So they're vintage, they're YSL, but they're so tiny. They are so tiny, like little teeny tiny, size 5.5 feet. And they're black, they're suede. They don't have any defects. The suede is just brushed, so it looks like it's a little bit dusty, but it's really not. They're in nice shape. There's nothing wrong with them. But they were taking forever to sell. I've had them priced at every price under the sun. The fact that these randomly sold for the sale price there was like shocking to me. I couldn't get them out the door fast enough.
Yeah.
So this is one of those, if I had to buy them again, I probably still would because I didn't spend much for them. And they actually shipped, first class in a padded mailer because they're so tiny. They weighed less than a pound. But yeah, they took forever to sell. They were just, I was excited when I found them and then realized because they were so damn small, they took forever to sell.
Yeah. All right, people are talking about how tight clothes were in the 70s. That's very true. The t-shirt, the
Jacob Michael just gave me a visual that just made me giggle.
But I mean,
Philip Seymour Hoffman in Boogie Nights trying to wear it was like yep, super tight.
But that is true. It's like for the most part, most people don't wear, like I actually like to wear my shirts not tight, but definitely not.
You like to wear more fitted than I do.
I like a fitted t-shirt. I don't like to wear super loose because I just feel like it makes me look like I'm swimming in it. So I totally get it. Somebody my size would probably, a lot of people would wear an XL and I wear like medium and large. So, all right. So this next one is the Sublime t-shirt. This is a really cool shirt I got from yesterday's fits. I've had it for a few months. I paid like $40 for it, and it's cool. It's definitely vintage from 2000. This, I've seen this design before, but I've never seen it on a shirt. And so it's kind of cool. And when I was looking for comps, there weren't any out there of the shirt like this long sleeve shirt with the spell out going down the sleeve. So I did price it up, but I think I've sent offers out probably for like $125, maybe even $100 a couple of times. But somebody actually bought this shirt for full price, full sale price. So they paid $209.99. And I'm pretty sure, I think it went international as well. I've had quite a few international sales lately. And this one I'm pretty sure went international. I don't remember which country it was, but it did sell for $210. So I was super happy because I was expecting it to go as one of my offers. So I would have been happy to take $100 and I sold it for $210. So yay for me.
Yay.
All right.
So this is something I had picked up when we went thrifting in Salem the last time we visited with your family a few months ago. So this actually sold for the price that you see there. I generally price my stuff up, as you guys know, expecting things to go on sale and take offers and send offers and all that happy stuff. And this was in between sales, and it sold for full price. I paid $10. We went to one particular store where I purchased probably like 6 or 7 really nice soft surrounding items, and they were all $10 a piece. It sold for $89.95 plus shipping. This was one of the really nice jersey dresses, like a light sweater knit dress.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very good. All right. Next up for me, guys, my Madonna's cat t-shirt sold. I didn't have this listed for all that long, so I was pretty happy about it. This t-shirt makes me giggle. I think it's silly.
That makes me laugh every time.
It's pretty silly. I think it's funny. I did give some hats to Dana because her cat is a little cute little orange tabby as well, and I was hoping that she would take those little birthday hats and
I gave her the birthday hats.
Or you gave them to her.
Jeez, look at you trying to take
whatever. Anyway,
man,
but it was my idea. I think you have the hats because you gave her the hats, and I told her she needed to recreate this. It has not happened. I have not seen any kind of photographic proof that Eddie has worn those hats to be Madonna's cat. But I did sell the t-shirt. I don't remember exactly what I paid for this. I know I did not pay. Did I not? No, I did. Okay, I didn't pay more than $20, but probably because I was the only one that thought it was funny, and maybe Jesse didn't think it would sell for more than that, so he gave it to me for $20. But let's see what I sold it for. Let's see.
I agree. Sandra's like, that needs more nip covers. There
It's
should
true.
have been multiple
It's true.
cones.
That's true. Anyway, it was on sale for 10% off, so it's actually sold for $89.99. Again, I paid $20 for it at most, and it sold for $89.99. It is a fantastic shirt, and I love it. All right, next up for you.
I think we have a series of dresses here.
Yes, so this is
so these are, again, I'm just going to quickly talk about, I've been purchasing, this woman is selling me all of her inventory, and I've been picking up, instead of buying it all at once, she's been allowing me to pick it up 75 to 100 items a week, which is fantastic because it gives me time to list it and not have to rent extra storage space to hang on to it. It works for both of us this way, and it's a great relationship. So again, I owe that to Britton, who introduced me to her. It's his mom's best friend from England, and she's fantastic. So I've been picking these items up, and I'm $4 an item into what it is. I buy everything blind. Some of the stuff is absolute crap. Some of it I get at home and I end up having to throw it away. Some of it I get at home and it's been stored for so long that the elastic is shot and I have to throw it away. So I end up throwing away 3 to 5 pieces a week. So there is some shrinkage, so to speak, but it works for me and it works for her. So $4 an item, sight unseen, and I just pick it up in large quantity. So again, they may not be super high priced stuff, but here's like this. So here's I'm just going to show you a grouping. Again, I'm $4 invested in each item, but I'm going to show you that, we've talked about before, like BCBG is not a brand that I would normally pick up. White House Black Market, bread and butter brand that, again, I wouldn't normally pick up because it is so oversaturated and there's so much of it made for so freaking long. So it's everywhere. But because most of this clothing is from the 90s through up to through and into 2002 and 2003, these are a lot of the brands that were popular then, and it's a lot of what she's selling me.
This is a very cute dress, though.
It is
has
a very
50s, 60s kind of look to it.
And that's why certain things are selling, and that's why I'm going to show you. It's based more on style and the keywords that you're going to use than necessarily the brand. So
it's like something I can see like Audrey Hepburn wearing or something.
Well, and I would totally wear that in my size. So like, again, $4 into $45 for BCBG. But if you looked at BCBG and you looked at the average sale price for BCBG, you wouldn't think you'd get $45. I've gotten $100 for BCBG in the last few weeks, depending on the dress. So that's one for $45. This is one. This is just vintage Adrian Papel, which is again a super oversaturated brand. But because of what it is, it's goth, it's black, it's velvet, it's long, it has a lace-up front dress. Nothing fantastic. Just using the right terminology. That's what sold it. That look. So it sold for $33 plus shipping. White House Black Market. This even has a stain on it, and it sold for $37, but it's a really pretty style of the dress. The dress itself, it has the pretty lace, it's satin, it's got a halter. Again, it just looks really nice on the mannequin. This sold for $44. Again, BCBG, it's just a kimono style. This would probably be late 90s, maybe
I think
into
the
early
pictures
2000s.
definitely help with this too, big time.
Yeah, the pictures definitely
add value, perceived value to them.
Eli Tahari, another one, not a fantastic brand or style, sold for $32, but nothing fantastic. It's just a basic knit dress with a pretty print. None of these dresses would be dresses that I would normally pick up at a thrift store to resell. But again, I'm having this inventory spoon-fed to me. And then this one, I probably would pick up at a thrift store because it has all of the styles that are popular right now. This is a slip dress. This is from the 90s. The brand is irrelevant. The brand ECI was popular in the 90s into early 2000s. But it's the slip dress, the uneven hem, the fact that it just it's the chiffon that kind of skims the body, that nylon, the semi-sheer, that romantic kind of oversized roses and the muted tones. All of that stuff is what's super popular right now. This particular one sold within 24 hours. I took an offer for $40.
Nice.
That's it. That's my little grouping, just to kind of show you the type of styles that are selling.
All right. So I finally sold this amazing amazing
Man, that is
sweatshirt.
that's something.
Somebody took this awesome 1987 Detroit Tigers sweatshirt, and you can see I have in here, I upcycled with animal print sleeves. So somebody did this, and they did a really good job, actually. I think the stitching is fantastic. Like, it's very well done for the hideousness that it is. But I think it's amazing.
Super well done heinousness.
I mean, it's just fantastic. But this is a really cool 80s sweatshirt. And I think it's cool because it's like, if I could definitely see a girl wearing this. I mean, a guy too, but I could see like a fashionable girl wanting to wear streetwear, but wanting to have a little bit of sass and attitude, pulling this off and having it look really cool.
Who's that girl that likes the Tigers that buys stuff from you that wears streetwear? I would have seen if she was a Detroit Tigers fan.
Oh, well, I don't think she's a Detroit Tigers fan.
But if she's seen it,
she has seen it. I put it up on my Instagram. So
I could see her.
I believe she
like
commented
wearing
on
something
it.
like that.
But anyway, I think it's pretty fabulous. But I think I paid like $50 for it. And at yesterday's fits, I've definitely had it for quite a while, but I had it priced pretty high because I had paid so much for it, and I thought it was a magical piece. But it was 10% off. So I sold it for $134.
You thought it was a magical piece.
It is a magical piece, and somebody paid $135 for it. So clearly they think it's even more magicaler than me. Anyway,
magicaler.
Yeah, it's a word.
You didn't need to get closer to the microphone.
Yes, I did. That's how you increase the volume even more. I was trying to heighten it to a spectacular level, much like the sleeves on this sweatshirt. So shut your face. Anyway,
god awful. God awful.
So I paid like $50 for this sweatshirt and flipped it for $135. But so I'm happy to see it go. I know somebody's going to love it, and they are going to cherish it forever and ever and ever. Anyway, all right. Next up is this one for you.
This is actually, so I'm going to pull it up on my phone so I can tell you what it is. But I picked this up at the bins. So I paid maybe, I don't know, a couple $2, $3 for it or something like that. Probably $3 because it was kind of heavy. And this is just a 1990s Marlboro bomber jacket. It's like suede leather. 1990s. Nothing special about it. It actually has some staining on one sleeve. And it says inside it's like Adventureland Marlboro or something like that. It sold for $75. I think I had it listed for $100. Mm-hmm.
And
I was pretty happy that somebody sent me an offer for $75 on Poshmark for that. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Don't you love it? Like, would you still pick that up today?
Would I pick
this
it up?
Jacket? Yeah.
I would only pick it up in the bins.
Yeah. I feel like I always get excited when I sell something for a decent price. That's something I wouldn't pick up now. Like, because not only am I getting rid of it,
but I did just pick it up. I had it listed for for like a week.
Well, I'm just saying, I look at this, I have similar types of jackets. And so when one of them sells, I'm always really excited because I'm like, it's out, it's gone. I made some money and I don't ever have to deal with it again. All right. Next up is this Grailed sale. I've done pretty well the last couple of weeks on Grailed. It seems like I'm getting more traffic there, more activity, which I'm happy about. This is a vintage 1992 Knott's Scary Farm. So Knott's Scary Farm, every year at Halloween, they do like a Halloween haunt and they call it Knott's Scary Farm. And so this is, just a cool shirt. I paid like maybe $20 for it and sold it for $107, guys.
That's pretty cool.
Sold for $107. So it took a little while. I mean, actually not that long. I've only had it maybe a few months. So it's pretty cool. It does not glow in the dark. I did check.
It looks like it should.
Mm-hmm. It really does. It really does. But it's a cool shirt and I'm glad somebody's got it ready for Halloween. And cool little bat. All right, your turn.
This was a sweatshirt that I got at the bins as well. So again, maybe $2 invested in it. I love the Good Guys apparel. There's not a ton of it out there, but it's definitely vintage 90s. And it always sells when you find it. And this actually sold, I don't want to say quickly, but I didn't have it listed for that long. Maybe like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. Which to us isn't really that long.
Yeah. With vintage clothing, it doesn't stay like that long. But Again, picked it up at the bins, and it sold on Etsy this week. For $89.95.
Nice. Impressive.
And it was down to, I don't know, I had a sale on eBay last weekend, and I did 50% in my store, off everything in my store, which I've never done before, and I sold like 6 things. It was ridiculous.
Nice.
So yeah, it was down that low on eBay and didn't sell.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it. That's all I got.
My last one.
Ooh.
I sold this Grateful Dead t-shirt on Mercari. Now, I will say, so I haven't had this for very long. I've only had it for, I think I got the last time I had gone to Yesterday's Fits. So the longest I've had is maybe a month. And I definitely paid up for it. But I knew the long sleeve, the great colors. It's not like this is a super rare shirt. There's plenty of other ones out there, short sleeve and long sleeve. But I knew I would be able to make some money on it. It's just a cool shirt.
What did you pay for it?
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Sorry.
I actually did pay $130 for it.
Ooh,
but
ouch.
I knew it would, yeah, you're like, ouch. But again, as I say, guys, when you know your market and you know what items will sell for, it's not a gamble. And so if you have the money to invest and you know it's not going to take too long, to me, paying $130 for, I'm not going to go out and buy all my shirts for $130, but paying $130 for something that's a very popular piece that you know you're going to sell and make some money on, might as well. I did some negotiating. He wanted to get it for less, but we were able to come to an agreement at $200. And I'm like, you know what? I've had it long enough. $200, fine with me, and moved it right on out. But
so you made about $55 to $60 profit on it, I guess. So because you do free shipping. All right, so $50 profit.
let's say $50. But to me,
but $50 and relatively fast
we have to do
flip.
it. Yeah, and I'm pretty quick with my photographing and all that stuff. So it's like maybe I put 10 minutes of work into this shirt. So it's not bad.
All right. It's fair. Fair enough.
And like I said, I get a cool piece to put in my store. You know, there's certain pieces that are, kind of, what do you call them?
Loss leaders?
It's not a loss leader. No, certain ones that elevate your store. They're showcase pieces, whatever. Sure. Anyway, whatevs.
In the retail world, you call them loss leaders because there are people bring people in the door, but you didn't lose money.
But a loss leader is like your cheap shit. Here's $5 shit, or here's a freaking 6-pound chicken at Costco for $5 that cost them $6.50 to make. That's, to me, is a loss leader. But yes, window dressing elevates the store, whatnot.
Whatever.
Those chickens are pretty good though. Not gonna lie. I'll walk to the back of that store and get me a chicken from Costco for $5 and just gnaw on that carcass till it's gone.
It's true. It's true. I do.
Now I'm kind of hungry for.
I do love me a rotisserie chicken.
Just dig into it. You know what? They're never as good though.
We have too many vegans that watch the show. Don't talk about.
Am I gonna offend them?
You are, because you're getting too in depth into the
gnawing on their carcasses.
Yeah, it's gross. That's even gross to me, and I like meat.
What about sucking the marrow out?
All right, now stop. Nasty.
Are you just gonna start waving boots around?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, guys, those are our sales highlights for the last couple of weeks. We're going to get into our haul. I got a pile of stuff. You got a pile of stuff. Why don't you go ahead and start? What do you got? What do you got to show us?
I am actually going to start with my fail for the week, guys. So I joked because I was going to, Dana was the only one that was going to know. But really, I'm just actually going to put this out there because in case anybody else wants them, I'm happy to sell them to you if you want to make money. If you want something off from my mistake. So, you
already figured you probably would just keep them in one.
I was about 50% sure. So here's the thing. I have another friend, Dana, that lives here in town that is a reseller as well. That those of you that are coming to the remix, that you will meet her too. So 2 Danas will be at the remix. She messaged me and said that she was at this great sale Friday morning. I better get there. Huge sale, tons of stuff. So I went to the sale and met up with her there, and Katie came with me. And she was absolutely right. It was a fantastic sale. There was tons of stuff. I bought a ton. I think I might go back next week.
Roughly out of probably the 10,000 plus pieces of clothing there, I think there were 2 things that were men's.
Yeah, poor Katie got nothing. but we didn't know. We didn't know if it was men's or women's. But anyway, I grabbed one thing there that I put in my pile of stuff, and I was maybe 50% sure that they were real, or 50% thought they were real. And then after I got them home, I did a little quick inspection, and then I did a more in-depth inspection, took them out of the box and all that. And then I was like 90% sure they were fake. And then I was like, well, I paid $15. Well, they're fake. They came in the box. They came with the stickers. They were brand new. They were wrapped in plastic, the whole thing. Well, I spent $15 and I bought thugs. Fake ass Uggs. Thugs. So if anybody would like a pair of thugs, I'm obviously not going to sell them online. They're new. The box was trashed. I tossed the box. They're pink. They're tall. They are real suede. They do have some Sherpa shit inside, but they're fake.
Yep.
I paid $15. If anybody wears a size 9 and would like them, knowing full well that they're fake, I will sell them to you for the $15 plus shipping. Otherwise, I don't know if I'm going to keep them.
You're going to keep them. Give me
I don't know. I don't
wear them.
I don't
around
wear
the house.
I don't wear Uggs.
Get out of here.
Dana,
don't act like
Dana's laughing at me. You're
cool.
such a loser. Yeah, I don't wear Uggs. I never have. I've never actually really liked them, but I bought them thinking I was going to sell them. They're
Until
size
you put
9.
your foot in there and it's a little chilly and it's wintertime and you're going to be like, oh, where have I been missing my whole life?
But they don't feel as nice as the real ones. True. So anyway, they're fake. They don't have it's very easy to tell once you do the steps online to see if they're real. Trust me. The inside lining is not as nice. It's all anyway. So I just wanted to put it out there. If anybody wants them, I will sell them to you for what I bought them for.
Liz says keep them for the desert snow.
Yeah, that's why. And I have so many boots. I really don't need them. But
Teresa, you're gonna have to go look at. There's a bunch of reasons. She had to go through like a whole checklist of the things. There's
the way that you can tell from the tag. You can tell by the way that you can pull the Sherpa away from the lining. It's not real. There's a whole bunch of different things. But anyway, it's if you don't know, you won't know. You wouldn't know by somebody walking by wearing them. But so if you want them for yourself or your kid and you don't care that they're fake, then feel free to hit me up. I'd be happy to give them to you. Anyway. So yeah, even somebody that's been doing this a long time can get taken. I was like 50%
Well, you weren't
sure.
taken though, because
I wasn't, because I actually even said I was kind of arguing with the woman back and forth. I was like, I'm pretty sure these are fake, and she's like, no, they're not. Like,
oh no,
no. I remember when she got them. I know they're not fake. Blah blah blah. I know, and I was like,
sure. And
I was kind of certain before I got, but they were still all wrapped up in plastic. I had 9,000 things in my hand. I didn't unwrap them.
Yeah. You bought them fully with the knowledge that there was a very good chance they were fake. Yeah. So it wasn't like you were like, hot diggity dog, I just got me a pair of Uggs for $15.
Had I taken the time to take them out of the plastic, I would have known. Because as soon as I got home and took them out of the plastic, I was like, I know.
Yeah. All right.
I know. Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah. Experienced sellers get taken too. Anywho, but what I did get at this sale was a lot of really good stuff. So I'm going to show some of that. One of the things I picked up was, and nothing over there. I didn't pay. I paid.
Did you explain what the sale was?
Oh, this was,
cool.
It was an entire warehouse full of stuff that was all props from.
It was like extras, clothing for extras in television and movies and stuff.
Yes.
So it wasn't like, oh, I just bought the jacket that David Hasselhoff wore in Baywatch. No, but it was like the guy in the background, the jacket he was, you know what I mean? Like it was
this is all from the film, from television, movies, and plays here in the Valley that were filmed here. Yeah, it's a whole movie studio warehouse.
And there was I saw a fair amount of stuff that still had like Goodwill tags on it. So it wasn't even necessarily, it's all the stuff that they probably go out and buy to stock up their costuming, but they didn't necessarily use it ever.
Right. And then the back room that we went in, there was one room that had rows of this, where the seamstresses work. There were rows of sewing machines where they repair and do work.
Yeah.
It was a very cool place. And they're doing the sale again next week. So I'm hoping to go back next week too. Because there was so much stuff I didn't get to because it was so flippin' hot and they kept bringing stuff out. And I was I can't dig anymore. Anyway, so one of the things and nothing was over $10. I think I paid for 2 things that were over $10.
Yeah.
And there was like next to nobody there, which was shocking to me. So I paid $5 for this vintage alpaca sweater. These things I always sell for like 75 to $100. I feel I think this would be no different. It's a little matted down because it was in a space bag. So it's like all, I got to just kind of like brush it a little bit so it gets a little bit more fuzzy.
A little more fluffy.
More fluffy. But like vintage, I would say this one is probably like 90s-ish. This one I love. This is probably one of 3 or 4 of my favorite finds. But this is vintage Missoni.
Ooh.
Missoni from the 80s or 90s, a Missoni cardigan sweater. It looks a lot like Pooji, right? It's a wool cardigan sweater. It's in fantastic shape. It's a men's, made in Italy. I could probably get about $400 to $500 for this sweater. Each of these I paid $5 for, by the way.
Craziness, madness.
This is one, I think I'm going to put it as men's because of the way it's tagged. It's tagged as a size large or size 52.
I'd say it's men's then.
This is also a vintage Dale of Norway sweater. Also $5. This is like in impeccable condition.
Impeccable.
This sweater, I don't know this brand. Made in China, but this is again probably like 90s. This is a mohair acrylic.
Liz, these are like, this is close, like extras. So we're talking like people in the background. Like it's not going to be anything that would be Googleable.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to. This is a, can you take the wording off? Yeah, thank you. Big oversized mohair sweater as well. Big like tunic sized oversized sweater. And I've been saying this for a while. I've been picking these up all season, all summer, every time I've seen these. I very much feel like this, because the whole 90s thing is very big right now, 80s and 90s, but very much 90s. I have a feeling these big, huge, oversized pattern sweaters are going to be very big this winter. I could be entirely wrong, but I think they're going to be really big. People wearing them with jeans and leggings and big plunky boots, kind of like it was happening in the 90s. I think that look is coming back. And I'll tell you what, my store is going to be very well stocked and prepared with them because I'm loving that look myself. So, and I loved it back then and I still love it. So I think that's a good look to keep an eye out for.
Keep going.
Let's see. Well, Lori has a question. How do you find out where these things are being sold? So
friend Dana found out about it. I don't know where she saw it.
Yeah, our friend Dana found it when she actually was just looking for yard sales. It was this particular one was listed as a yard sale.
I'll tell you what, it wasn't very well promoted or advertised because there was literally
there was two other people there.
3 people at the most who were shopping at any one time, and there was an insane amount of stuff there, and there's no reason why there shouldn't have been more people buying.
If it had been well advertised, there would have been a lot of people there.
Yeah.
This I'm a little bit unsure. This may have been made for stage or for stage wear. This has no tags, but this is just very cottagecore, made with like linen and muslin, vintage. It's made with it's very well made with a very heavy metal zipper in the back, but it's a long, multi-layered dress. It's not super old. It's not Victorian. It's nothing like that. I think it was made with a metal zipper, made with a vintage metal zipper. I don't think it's very old stitching. I think it's just very well made and they used a metal zipper. I do think it's vintage, but I don't think it's very old vintage. Maybe 80s-ish, but I'm going to be selling it more for the style than for the age of it, but because it's just got this really great prairie cottage type of thing that is super popular right now in white and ivory. Yeah, not everybody's going to go to that sale because they won't be able to find it, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. And they had a crazy amount. I mean, it was an insane amount of stuff, and they still hadn't brought everything. It's already done.
Okay.
There's going to be even more stuff that wasn't there last time.
So another dress that I picked up, actually, I thought this was handmade when I first picked it up, but just vintage again, very much with this whole cottage core aesthetic that's happening right now as far as the fabric. This is a very lightweight wool fabric with the side pleats, very late 70s, early 80s. It's a long maxi dress with long sleeves, and then it has the big buttons up on the shoulders, which is very early 80s. That's why I'm thinking it's like late 70s, early 80s. I thought it was handmade at first. And then when I got it home, I looked at the tag. And the tag is a hand stitched tag. And I just think this is couture handmade. And this particular brand and this particular couture designer does sell for quite a bit. So this dress, I think I can get about $150 for.
Nice.
And I think I paid $5. Most of the dresses were $5 to $6.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a straight shift dress, but it happens to be a very, very good designer. And it has these
kind of like a good little like sexy librarian outfit.
It has these box pleats down the side is kind of what it is. The shoulder pleats that go all the way down the sides of the dress. It's really pretty.
All right. Next.
I'm going to just go through all of mine and let you do all of yours.
All of it?
Yeah, why not?
Well, because let's break it up a little bit.
All right, I'll do 2 more then.
Okay.
I picked up this vest, which is just this handmade vest, which is very Peruvian looking, very like Peruvian detail. These always do very well for me when I find these. It's lined in linen.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a hand embroidered. These are always really pretty.
I think it'd make for like really good grandma biker colors. Don't you think? If they want to start their own biker gang.
Again, probably $5. Almost everything was $5. So I don't know what I will list this for, but I'll probably list it for like $129 and take a look.
What if it is from a grandma gang and now they're going to be mad at you because you're here selling their colors? They're going to knife you.
I'm not talking to you anymore. This I only paid $3 for, which I was surprised that this was inside. I was able to go back into one of the warehouses in the room. And this is a brand I've talked about before on this channel, but for those of you that might not have heard it, Michael Simon. When you see Michael Simon sweaters, buy them. Michael Simon is a brand that sells really, really well, usually very heavily beaded and appliqued, these big, heavy cardigan sweaters. They're very popular and they sell very, very well. And they retail for over $100. And you're going to get at least $75 to $100 for them on resale as well.
That is pretty fancy. Look at all that beading.
Very heavily beaded sunglasses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I will let Katie show her some of her stuff right now.
Yeah.
And because I'm drinking so much water, I'm going to go take a potty break while you do that.
All right. Bye. See you later.
See ya.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Katy Show. Woohoo!
Is it always?
Yeah. Okay. So I actually bought a little bundle off of Rally Roots. I'm not paying attention all that often on Instagram, but occasionally I will go through and look through all the stories. And man, people do a lot of stories. Apparently that's what everybody does now. And you got to be paying attention because they just disappear. But I happened to look and Ryan had posted in his stories this bundle like 8 hours previously. And so I reached out and I was like, hey, is that still available? And he's like, I actually have a buyer. And I said, well, if he ends up like not paying because he was still waiting for them to pay, I said, I'll definitely pick that up from you because I really like it, that bundle. And so I did definitely pay up. It's only 5 t-shirts. I paid $400 for 5 t-shirts. Okay. And some of you might recognize one of these t-shirts because and I actually had 2 in the same style. One of them is the same here, and there was a different one that I sold together for $350. So I've got 5 shirts here. I paid $400 for them. But I anticipate I will be selling these for minimum $150 to $200 a piece. So let me just go through and show them to you. They're all dead stock. They're all on Screen Stars tags. They're pretty cool. They're from the 80s. Now this is the one that you might recognize. I had this one, and the other one was like kind of a Conan the Barbarian, and it's by this artist Boris Vallejo. It's from 1986. And so I already have this one. And like I said, I sold this one along with Conan the Barbarian for like $350 together. And so I was definitely down to pick this up again.
Back, what I miss?
You missed a lot.
Shit.
Anyway, I'm on the first t-shirt. So I got that one. These are all just really cool, though. The graphics on them are really cool. I have this one right here. I haven't done any research. I don't know what's going on in this picture, but there's this one. These are all from the 80s. This one does not say. This one's 1986. This is not a Boris one. Next up, get off your phone. You got to pay attention to what I'm doing. It's cool. Come on, put it away. Pay attention to the chat. Talk with them. Anyway, next up, I've got this cool one. This kind of skull with a scorpion thing going on. Again, these are all dead stock. They're all small, medium, and I think there's a large in there too, but they're dead stock. This one is not a Boris one either, but it is from the 80s. It's a pretty cool shirt. Next up, now this one is definitely a Boris. You can tell by the style. Very, very cool. Again, I don't know what's happening here. That looks like another, maybe it's like a Greek mythology or something. We'll have to figure out what this one is, what's going on in this one, but it's a pretty cool shirt. And then
Yes. Sally, the sunglass sweater is a medium, and it is dated. It is vintage. It's 1999.
It's like medium, like oversized medium, right?
Yeah, oversized medium. Because I would say I think it would fit me, but it would be a little bit tight.
All right. Next up, last one of this little bundle is this right here. This one is, again, these are all from like the 80s, dead stock on the Screen Stars tags. And as you can see here, bam, bam, bam. So 400. All right. Are you paying? What's going on over there?
I'm checking to see if Don saw his message.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is he messaging you through Mercari?
I'm not on Mercari.
Mm-hmm. Guys, hey, somebody in the
I'm looking right
people
here.
in the chat, say jokes to try to make Vikki snort. Okay, so let's get some entertainment in the chat because I'm not entertaining enough for her. All right, next up is this hilarious Gumby parody t-shirt that I think is pretty funny. Even Vikki, when I first showed it to her the other day,
I chuckled.
was lightly amused by it. Lightly, the key word here. But seriously, look at how awesome this shirt is. It's actually not super tiny.
Did you
Probably
answer? So hold on
Yes.
1 second. Patricia's asking how much you plan to make with those shirts that you just spent $500 on.
Yeah, I said $150 to $200 a piece.
Okay.
So I paid $400 for 5 of them. So I would hope to make as much as 1,000, let's say.
700 to 1,000.
Yeah, basically. So anyway, but this is actually a decent size. Like I'd say this is medium, which I know that doesn't sound like a decent size, but sometimes when we're talking about 80s vintage, like I said, 70s and 80s, they can be so freaking tiny. But I love this shirt. I think it's hilarious. This one I will list up high because I didn't see any other ones out there like it right now.
I think it's funny.
I think I can sell it for a couple hundred. Guys, I finally got my Big Johnson t-shirt that I've been praying for to baby Jesus. And he has blessed me with this Big Johnson t-shirt.
Ridiculous.
I think our inappropriate chat members will appreciate this. Even this one, though, is not like the Big Johnson ones that we had in high school. The ones I remember in high school, they had full front and back graphics with all kinds of inappropriate innuendos on them.
You think that's
if you could even call them innuendos?
That's not an innuendo. That's like straight up.
Right. And anyway, but like I've said before, I think a lot of moms out there burned a lot of Big Johnson t-shirts back in the 90s. So that's why you just don't find them much.
Timothy.
What?
Oh my.
Oh, we've learned something today. I'm looking, speaking of the Boss Reseller Remix, one of the people I'm excited to meet, Timothy.
It's true.
We've got all these people that we've interacted with over a long period of time that we've never met in person. I'm looking forward to it. So, Timothy, don't disappoint us. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did you see that there was a super chat up there a little further?
Oh, did I miss it?
Yes, because you were talking so dang much.
Well, because I was desperate for your attention because you were ignoring me and I need attention. One heck of a thrifter $5 super chat.
You have not done the super chat song in months.
Why don't you do it?
Because I don't do it. It's your thing, not mine. I don't do that shit.
All right, here's a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Say super chat. Yow.
You gotta touch my face. We got the COVID and shit. You're not supposed to touch people's faces.
I don't let it touch your face. Anyway, that's my Big Johnson t-shirt. Here's the one that I paid the most up for. I paid $200 for the shirt I'm about to show you guys. $200. Oh, look, Trish feels sorry for you.
Thanks, Trish, because she loves me.
Listen, Trish, I wouldn't have to. This is whenever you see kids who are super obnoxious, it's because they are begging for attention. And I think you guys can see here, as you witnessed with the repeated phone gate that happens on a regular basis. This is how I have to get attention. Okay. It's pretty sad. Anyway, I paid $200 for the shirt.
Whenever you see the mom at the park ignoring her kid because the kid's going, hey, mom, 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 hey, mom, mom, mom.
I mean, I think you being present for your own YouTube show is not asking too much. I'm sorry. I just don't think so. And poor Tommy. And while we're handing out the empathy and pity, poor Tommy. Anyway.
Tommy, I'm a good wingman. I can listen. Well,
oh yeah.
Maybe I'll see if I can hook you up with somebody.
Maybe find some on a phone app.
No, we're not going on the Blenda.
The Blenda. All right, guys. Anyway, I paid $200 for the shirt, but I think I should be able to sell it for probably $400. And I think that some of you guys out there will appreciate this. I like the light faded tie-dye going on here. We've got Cypress Hill. Oh, but it gets better, you guys. Let's see what the back says. That's right. House of Pain, Fine Malt Lyrics. This is 1993 World Tour. Hello, 1993. I remember my 8th grade dance. The song Jump Around was the hottest in the cafeteria basement at my middle school. So Cypress Hill, House of Pain.
In the cafeteria basement.
Yeah, pretty much. That's where our dance was. And you couldn't jump too high because there was some low ceilings there.
Tommy.
Anyway, $200.
All right, Tommy, you got to snort.
There you go. Good job, guys. Good job. See, she can't take her eyes off the chat now. Can't take her eyes off that chat. Thanks, guys. You're doing exactly what I need you to do. All right, this next one, I'm gonna do one more, and then I'll hand it over to Vikki, and I'll go back and finish up the rest of mine. This next one, I'm gonna need a little bit of help because I don't know who all of these people are, and I know some of you guys out there, some of my gays out there, and ladies probably will know who everybody is in this. This is a dead stock USA Olympics figure skating, but this is actually not from the Olympics. It's from the 1997 Campbell's Soup Tour of World Figure Skating Champions. Okay. And when I first saw this, I thought it was Tanya Harding on here, which I thought was weird because all that happened in 1994. So I don't know. Is this over here? Is that Tara Lipinski? I'm not sure. Right there, the blonde. I'm pretty sure they're not putting freaking Tanya Harding on a t-shirt.
I think that's Tanya Harding and
I
Mrs.
don't know.
Tara Lipinski.
Okay, here, I'm gonna get close. I got to get some help here, guys, because I know that's Nancy Kerrigan. Okay, there's the blue one right here, that girl. Then there's Nancy.
I think that's Tara Lipinski in blue.
I don't think is that Tanya Harding? That's what I thought it was at first, but I'm like, I don't know. And then who is everybody? Just basically, I need help, guys.
Oksana Bayul. Oh, you might be right.
Because why would they put Tanya Harding on a t-shirt with Nancy Kerrigan? I mean, obviously Tanya Harding, they didn't have her at the 97 tour thing when she just took out Nancy Kerrigan's knee 3 years earlier. Anyway, here's the back. Here's the back, guys. So I'm holding it still so that you can pause your screen later and you can give me some feedback in the comments so that I know.
Find everybody.
I know, but I'm asking them.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. That's totally Oksana. Yep.
Okay, guys, I'm asking them.
Now that I'm looking at it.
Anyway, it's a cool shirt though. But at first I was like, what the F? Why would they do that to Nancy? In the words of Nancy, why?
Yeah, Tara Lipinski, I think, is the one that's on the right. She was, when I Googled very quickly, she came up in that for that year for that tour. Lori, I appreciate you saying that Sandra is young because Sandra and I are the same age. We both graduated in 93. So apparently
they're old as shit.
That makes me young too. So
it just makes you old.
Listen, Sandra will kick your ass for me. She totally will.
Tanya, she's from Oregon too, and yeah, we're not. We were proud of her when she did the triple Lutz. Not so proud of her when she started taking people's knees out. She's.
Well, Tanya. Hey, I think Tanya got a bad rap.
No, that is incorrect. You are incorrect. You are pretty incorrect right now.
Listen, treasure hunt mullets are back.
They are.
They're back right now.
They're back now.
It's a thing.
Yes, they're back now. For reals. The ironic mullet is back. All right. Next up, I've got... Oh, wait. That was going to be my last one. Anyway, I'll do this one more. MC Escher t-shirt. These are very popular. Streetwear, vintage streetwear, the MC Escher t-shirts. I should be able to sell this for like 100, 150. So I think I paid like $50 for it. Anyway, why don't you go ahead, show the rest of your stuff, and then I'll do the rest of mine.
So I got, this is another dress. Again, it's not, the name is not that important. I was just going to actually just show the pattern is flipping fantastic. It's just this cute little wiggle cocktail dress. Very 80s, great pattern on this thing. Love it. Paid $5. Again, this is one that I'll probably list for like to 75, something like that.
Deb, I'm assuming that Deb is the one that's saying that only Miley Cyrus looks good in the mullet. I'm going to have to agree. She does look pretty good in the mullet. She pulls it off. She looks good. But Miley Cyrus, she kind of gets away with a lot.
Nobody looks good in a mullet.
No, Miley Cyrus definitely does. Looks good. Go ahead. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised that Sandra had a rat tail? Why does that not surprise me? Sandra, bring that rat tail back. Do it. You can put some beads on it.
No.
You can do all kinds of stuff with it.
Listen, I'm going to side with her wife because I'm telling you right now that Rebecca would not want that.
Ironic hairdos are in. Go for the rat tail. Come on. Do it. Yeah. Miley does get her mullet wearing her dad, but she looks way better with a mullet than her dad ever did.
Flo is rocking her mullet, but Flo, yeah.
All right. I agree. I think it looks good. There's certain people, there's certain looks, like the whole mom jeans thing. There are certain fashion looks that do look amazing, but only on the right people, only on the very specific people can pull it off.
That's true. Because there's no way in hell I can either pull off the mom jeans or the frickin' mullet. I'm telling you right now.
Guys,
both of which would look like total garbage on me.
Close your eyes.
No.
Guys, stop. Guys, close your eyes. Stop. We're doing an exercise here. We're doing a thought experiment. Close your eyes. Now, listen to my voice. Everyone close your eyes, and we're going to imagine Victoria with her acid-washed mom jeans, her LA gears, and her hot pink mullet. And just think about how magical that would be. What do you think?
That would be such a freaking disaster. Good Lord. Never in my life have I ever been that drunk to ever do anything like that. God, no. I would never do that to you guys.
I think it would be pretty amazing.
Vicky just described a Facebook fact checker.
Let's see if we can make it look like you.
No,
come
on. No. Get away from me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Why won't you do it for the people? We have tens of people who have given up a lot of their time to be here with us today.
Go away.
All right, show us some more from the Granny Gang.
Anyway, picked up this jacket too. This is like kind of a, I don't know. It's got these kind of weird, it's got a weird closure in the front, pulls over the head, but it's all handmade. It's got fringe on the bottom, kind of looks like that. It reminds me of that vest, but it's all handmade and hand stitched. I've got to do a little bit of research, but with these really fun patterns. Again, I paid $7 for this. I have no idea, but no, God, Jen, I could not rock a mullet in any way, shape, or form. But I love you for that. I could do the shaved head one side, but I
Just
couldn't do.
let's just
No,
touch
just
that.
stop touching me. I'll punch you right in the face. Anyway, so I paid like $5 or $7 for this. I think it might have been $7. It's got a little cat hair or some kind of hair on it. I need to fuzz it. It's definitely wool, and then heavily embroidered vintage something or other. I don't know. I don't know what it's worth, but definitely gonna price it high.
I'm also thinking that you could cut off a couple of these and send it to Sandra so she could tie them into her rat tail. Cat lady core. That's true. You'd need to ship it out with a.
Are we done?
What do you call it?
Can I talk about my shit now? Because I do
ahead.
this during your t-shirts?
No, you just looked at your phone.
Vintage Escada dress. I paid $5 for this. Escada Marie. I think it's Marie Gray. No.
Made in Germany.
Margarita Love. Made in Germany.
Interesting.
Vintage 80s Escada. Shoulder pads. Silk kind of wiggle dress with like side ruching on it. So I'm probably going to price this around the 150 range. It's a really nice pattern, nice dress, shoulder pads, but still relevant. This is the type of dress that someone could wear and would wear now. So I kind of like that one.
Do you have any tips for fishing pet hair deeply embedded into fleece?
Throw it away.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, I really don't.
Do you think a vacuum cleaner would do it? Like a hose?
I'm not sure.
Like a, like the little attachment that's like, I wonder if that would work. Maybe try that. Otherwise, use a brush. I don't know. It can be a real pain.
I did just see Hip Flippin' Mama pop in there. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Mama. I picked this up at the bins. I was pretty psyched to grab this. This is a vintage ski brand head. Vintage, really cool 80s ski jacket.
Love it. Love it.
Made in Hong Kong. It is this one is a women's size 8. So again, I paid like $3 for it at the bins. Let's see. This was another dress from the big sale. This was $5. I don't think this was. This is just vintage Maggie London. It's not. It made in Korea from the 80s. Not necessarily the brand so much as it is just a really nice pattern. Huge shoulder pads. Really nice like leaf pattern, gold leaf pattern. It's in a larger size. But what I really liked about it are these like bracelet cuff sleeves, and they have this kind of quilted sleeves, like a kind of like it's like a puffy quilted sleeve, and also at the waist. So it's got this drop waist with this puffy quilted waist. Weird. And it's a really long dress. On the mannequin, I'm betting this is going to look really, really cool. So it's again, I paid $5 for it. I'm going to list it pretty high. I think I'm going to list it probably around the 130 range for this dress, just because I know it's going to display really well on the mannequin and it's a really pretty look.
So Head definitely does tennis wear, but they also did ski stuff. I don't know if they're still around or not, but
yeah, they do both.
I think they're just a general sportswear kind of thing, but yeah, they do a lot of ski stuff, but they also do tennis. I'm sure they do other stuff as well. So. All right. What else you got?
What else I got? I got this. I didn't really look at the brand. I don't know if this is anything brand wise, but this is just vintage. It's just a vintage Angora, like open front, like Angora sweater coat type of thing. With like big puffy shoulder pads, bright red, and it has a lot of beading around the neckline. Just an open front sweater coat, oversized 80s. Love it. Paid $7. I'll list that, again, around the $100 range.
All right. Timothy gave a $5 super chat. It says Vikki needs another super chat to make her smile. despite the fact that she suggested I do the super chat song, super chats do not tend to make you smile too much, do they?
No, not necessarily.
We do super chat, super chat. Let's do another big super chat.
That's
You
good.
like that?
That's a good one.
That's good. That's real good.
I'm starting to lose my voice, so Katie is really gonna love this cold. She is going to rejoice in the fact that I may not have a voice by tomorrow. Our friend Dom, who is the MC for our event, is actually coming to stay with us tomorrow for a night. I'm hoping I don't get her sick. This is another reason why I took 2 COVID tests to make sure it's not the COVID. It's a cold. Promise you, it's a cold. Okay, so this is the thing I spent the most on at this this thing. I think, was it 15?
No, 25. That was the one you paid the most. Or it was like 20. Yeah, it was 25. 20 or 25.
It was 20. $20 for a vintage Mongolian curly lamb jacket. Vintage 1960s, 1970s. Perfect lining. Mongolian curly lamb is not that popular. You don't find that much of it. If you can see it up close, you can see it's really long, and you very rarely find it in really good shape and really clean. This is really clean.
It's heavy
so
too.
The last one that I found like this, I bought at a garage sale and I paid like $15, and it sold very quickly for about $3.50. And I'm going to be listing this for about that same price, about $3.50.
Nice.
So I was super psyched to find this one.
Very cool.
Let's see.
Hey, do you remember
2 more things?
Do you remember the 80s? I do. Go ahead.
This is another brand I always try to buy when I find it. Vintage 80s, 90s. This one's 80s. Marvin Richards. Marvin Richards was a department store brand that would sell mostly jackets, and they resell very well depending on what they are. Not all of them sell for a lot, but they tend to be very popular. But this particular brand, I paid $10, maybe $15 for this coat, again from the big sale. This is a long suede jacket, chocolate brown suede, with a really, really nice raccoon fur trim. And it's in beautiful condition. And I think that I'll probably list this one for like $250.
Very nice.
And let's see.
It just keeps going and going.
And I'm not even showing you everything. I'm just really just showing you the best of the stuff that I got. Cool stuff. I did get some really, really good stuff.
And I scouted out some good stuff for you, including this magic piece right here.
Yeah, this I paid $5 for. This is vintage 80s Eddie Bauer. This is a down robe. It's not even a robe. It's not even a coat. It's a robe. It's a red robe. I actually washed this. This has already been washed and dried. Throw it right in the washing machine. And it's just these sell for about $100.
It's really long. It's like full length.
It's a full length robe
with a belt. I love it.
So I guess if you wanted to go walking and you happen to live in Alaska or Colorado and it's really cold and you want to go for a walk in your bathrobe.
Yep, pretty much.
You're covered.
Pretty much.
So I'll sell it for about $100.
Yep.
And that's it.
All right. And then I still have some stuff.
Yeah.
What was it saying?
I can wear that in the desert snow with my Fugs. Yes, pretty much.
Exactly. Red and pink. Anyway, this next shirt that I have here, I did look it up, and there are other ones out there that have sold for far too cheaply. I think that they didn't do the best job on keywords and stuff, and I do think on one of my platforms I'll end up being able to sell it. Yes, may I help you, dear? I
want to just answer one question there. Justine said, I did not know that you could put down in the washing machine. I'm going to tell you right now, down comforters, down coverlets, down pillows, down jackets. I wash and dry down all the time. Every single one of these things is going to tell you that you need to dry clean it. It's bullshit. You do not hurt anything. Washing machine, dryer, shake it out. It's perfectly fine. I've been doing it for years.
I've seen some people say, like, put something in there like a Like, they have those balls that you put in, or like even just a shoe or something, like if you're doing a blanket, because it helps to fluff up the down again when it's in the dryer.
Yeah,
but it doesn't hurt it.
Cashmere I would never wash.
No.
Yeah, Jen, I would never wash cashmere. I would take that to a dry cleaner for sure.
Yeah. But even leather sometimes, I mean, it's like sometimes you learn this stuff by experimenting too, because sometimes you'll get something that
leather, suede.
If you can't clean it, you're going to have to throw it away anyway. So you might as well just see what happens if you put it through the wash. You've put a leather jacket through the wash before. That was fine.
Leather and suede I have done. If it's super valuable, and it's just something that I could chance ruining it, I wouldn't put it in the washing machine. But if it's something that you're going to have to throw it away if you can't get it clean, absolutely. Or if you have very little money invested in it, absolutely. I've washed so many things that I've thought were too filthy. I would never sell it the way it is. And if you've ever tried to get anything cleaned by a leather cleaner or a suede cleaner, it's usually so cost prohibitive, it's not worth it. Yeah. Like I've tried to clean I went to take a suede handbag years ago, maybe 15 years ago, a Coach suede handbag that was a really nice one that was worth money at the time. I wanted to take it to have it cleaned at a dry cleaner. They wanted like $65 to clean the handbag. I was like, nope. And that was a handbag.
Yeah.
I've turned it inside out, throw it right in the washing machine, wash it on cold, throw a color catcher in there to make sure it doesn't bleed, and then hang it out. That I would hang it to dry, and then once it gets dry, it tends to be like crunchy because it dries and it gets a little bit crunchy. Then you take it and throw it in the dryer for 20 minutes with a damp towel, and that takes the crunch out of it.
Kara has a great idea that you should wear that robe at the Overlook in Colorado, and then you can walk the halls saying "Red robe, red robe."
That's perfect, Kara. I'm packing it.
All right. So this one, I've seen some other ones that are priced very cheaply. I think I can still sell it for more. We will see. I might, maybe not on eBay, maybe on a different platform. But this is a tribute, a T-shirt from a tribute show for Dennis. I don't know if it's pronounced Danelle. I'm not a huge Social Distortion fan, even though I do love the punk music. But he was a guitarist, and he died in the year 2000. So this is a vintage T-shirt, but it's got some great bands on it: The Offspring, X, Pennywise, TSOL, Agent Orange, and Social Distortion. So it's a cool shirt. Like I said, there's other ones out there that are priced pretty low. I didn't pay up much for this at all. So I think I paid like $20 for it. But like I saw one that sold for like $10. Like I was like, what? Like I don't even know. What are you even doing? So we'll see what happens. This will be my experiment to see if I can sell this for $100, even though others have it listed for far lower. We'll see. Here is a very cool long sleeve Coca-Cola shirt. Now this is clearly must have been from some sort of ad campaign. I haven't looked it up yet, so I don't know what ad campaign that would be, but I'll check it out. This says I got caught red-handed, Coca-Cola. It's long sleeve, and it's got the little red hand on the back as well. But I paid like $20 for this one. It's on a Hanes tag. It is a like probably late 90s kind of thing. So next up, I'm almost done.
I was just checking to see if Don had gotten my message yet that he won.
Okay. Anyway, next up is this Tricks Are for Kids T-shirt, awesome snack tee, nice bright red. I think I paid another like $20 for this, maybe 25. It's on the jerseys tag. Snack tee. But I'll probably price this. I'll probably price it for $100 and hope I get at least $65 for it. And I just have 3 more T-shirts left, saving the best stuff for last. This is a really cool 80s Clint Eastwood T-shirt. It says, "Go ahead, make my day." It's got the awesome graphics.
Are these washed since you're putting them in my face?
Did you wash all those sweaters?
Did they go in your face?
Yeah, a lot.
Are you skeeved by them?
I spent half the show like this. We'll play back the tape. We'll see. Anyway, it's not, I don't know if it's washed, but they're not gross. But I will not touch your face. Anyway, this one I actually paid like $60 for. It's a really big size for an 80s shirt. It's an extra large on the Juanita tag. But if you look at it, like that looks like an extra large, doesn't it?
Hello? It's a good size.
Yeah. And it's really nice and soft too. Feel it. Anyway, I'll probably put this up for a couple $100. It's a really cool shirt. Here come the Bickersons. Anyway, last two shirts. This one I paid $100 for, but
I like this one. This is one of my favorite.
I
ones
will
you got.
list this one for $300 and hope to get at least. I'll definitely be able to get $200, but I would hope like $250. But it's an amazing shirt. This is one of my favorite Christmas movies. Yes, Christmas movies, and it's an awesome shirt. This is Batman Returns. The Penguin, all over print. Danny DeVito as the Penguin, single stitch, size large. You can see on the back it says Batman Returns. It's a fantastic shirt.
I love that shirt.
Yeah, but like I said, I paid $100 for it, and I will sell it for minimum $200. But I would guess I think I can do $250. It's got the '92 DC Comics, but this is
I think you can get 3 for it.
Yeah,
are there that many?
I'll list it for 3. This particular one, there aren't any right now, so I'll list it.
Well, then list it for 3. Yeah,
I said I'm going to list it for 3. Are you paying attention? I said I'm going to list it for 3. If it sells right away, great. But I would take an offer for $250 eventually. Anyway, awesome shirt. And then the last one, my last thing to show you guys.
If this were her size, she should keep it, but it's not.
No, it's too big. Last one is this 1988 Danzig t-shirt. It is, let's see what it says. I think it's an extra large. Yeah, it's an extra large, and I think it is legitimately an extra large. 1988, it's got the sweet Danzig skull. And this is Danzig on the back. And 1988. I paid $150 for this, but I'll probably sell it for like $250. But I paid up for it because it's an awesome, iconic T-shirt with the iconic skull on it that I love, and I love me some Danzig, or I did in my younger days, in my youth. So, what are you looking at?
Greg said I just door dashed a couple Snickers to Henderson.
Anyway. So that's it. Those are like the majority of stuff. I mean, I showed you guys all the good stuff, but I bought I think I bought like 90 pieces from Jesse. They're actually having a sale this weekend. It's like their back to school sale. And so all of their stuff that's like on the discount racks were like half off. So most of the stuff I got for $5 and $10. But then there were a handful of t-shirts that I paid, like I said, $100. $150, $200 for a few key pieces that I definitely they'll be great for my Instagram, and I will be able to sell them for big money. But anyway, that's it. And I went and saw Barry today, Afro Vintage, and shopped out of his storage unit, and I bought another probably 60, 70 t-shirts. But I didn't pull any from that because I still have to go through them. And so maybe the week after next, we'll see if I have something from that to share.
So Vic has a question. When you work from home, do you insure your stock added to your homeowner's insurance or separate business insurance? It depends on your insurance company, and it also depends on where you live. I would talk to your insurance agent. It depends on whether you rent, depends on whether you own, depends on where you live. There are certain rules based on the type of home you own, whether you and the type of stock that you have. So that's not really something that we could blanket answer.
Yeah. I need to go back and address Trish Glenn's comment. Christmas movie with Mr. Freeze. I'm sorry, Mr. Freeze, who's played by Arnold Schwarzenegger in the hands down the worst Batman movie ever, and it is not Batman Returns. Batman Returns is my favorite of them, and
it might be my favorite one too.
And it's mostly set. It's so good. The first one's amazing. And I'm just talking the old ones because I love the Dark Knight ones too. But of the original Batman series, the second one, Batman Returns, is so great. A lot of it's set during Christmas time. You've got Michael Keaton as Batman. Who is coming back, by the way. You've got Christopher Walken in it, playing a super creep dude. You've got Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, the best Catwoman ever. There's just you got Danny DeVito as the Penguin. There's so many powerhouse actors in that movie, and the story's great. And it's just a really, really good movie. And it's set at Christmas time. So yeah, I call it a Christmas movie and I love it. So I don't ever want to hear you talk about I love me some Arnold Schwarzenegger, but not in a Batman movie. And Mr. Freeze, that movie sucked.
I have to say, I am not, and people joke with me about this, but I hate superhero movies. I hate all the Marvel Comics movies. I hate the DC comic movies. It's not my thing. I don't watch any of them. I've never watched any of them. I know who the characters are, yes, but I don't watch them, right? I've seen every Batman movie from all the franchises because I love the Batman movies. Michael Keaton, I heard, is coming back as Batman. I don't know. I hope that that's true because I still think he was the best Batman. I actually love all the Batman movies, and I like the Spider-Man ones. But other than that, I don't like any of them.
So she doesn't like any of them except this long list of all these other.
Just Batman and Spider-Man.
There's a lot of movies though that. Which Spider-Man movies? You mean the Sam Raimi ones?
The early one, the first ones that came out.
Yeah, so the first three that. Well, because they're all like reboots of reboots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I love the Christopher Nolan ones, but I also love the original Batman ones. I mean, they all have great performances but I mean, the Dark Knight movie. I mean, those movies are pretty fantastic. They're pretty incredible, amazing.
Heath Ledger was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I just think it's crazy that you've got 3 different people that have all played the Joker exceptionally well. Because I will include Joaquin Phoenix in there.
That was a fantastic movie.
So it's like, so how do you take like something? Because usually you're like, oh, nobody else can do what Jack Nicholson did. But I'm like, they're all separate and they're all amazing. You got Jack Nicholson, you got Heath Ledger, and it's too bad that he died because I mean, obviously it's too bad that he died. But while I think it was tragic, I think that had he lived, he still would have. He
could have carried it on.
Yeah. I think I feel like when something like that tragic happens, it can catapult someone's performance. Like people are going to think it's more than it was. Maybe no, he was incredible. But then Joaquin Phoenix came along and was like, oh yeah, well I'm going to do my own take and it's going to be amazing too. It's crazy. We just had a huge long conversation about a comic book movie, and you were totally into it, and you were into it.
Now I need to go take some cold medicine because God darn it, I still feel like crap, guys. I'm so upset. I've been looking forward to seeing Dom. I haven't seen Dom in 2 years. We get to hang out, and I feel like crap, and it's bothering me. Yeah. We haven't left the house because I wanted to make sure for sure that it really wasn't COVID, or I wouldn't have let somebody come and stay here, obviously. And I've taken 2 COVID tests.
Yeah. Listen.
But no,
that's
like cold still exists. So yeah, here I am with a cold.
To wrap this up real quick, you're right, Sandra. Mark Hamill as a Joker in the animated series, also incredible. So it's like that role, it just like it brings in all the amazingness. But I will say, if Robert Pattinson or whatever his name is from Twilight, if he really is going to be the next Batman, I'm not necessarily so sure that that's a bad thing because first of all, he hates being associated with trilogy with Twilight in any way. Anyway, he's moved beyond that. He's actually he's a good actor. I could actually see him playing Batman and doing all right. He looks totally different than he looked back then. He's almost unrecognizable. Like he grew up, and I could see it. It's possible. It's definitely be better than Ben Affleck. Freaking Ben Affleck. This was like the Affleck duck.
I don't know.
Anyway, all right, guys. We will see you later. Please follow at Boss Reseller Remix on Instagram. Take part in the conversation there. We're always having fun. And we will not be doing our show next Sunday, but we will the week after that. I hope. I'm assuming.
And once again, for anybody that popped in late, the winner of the free ticket was Trader Don, Garb Safari, and we did reach out to him, and I will be reaching out to him again. So hopefully we will see him at the Reseller Remix. If for some reason he is not able to take advantage of the free ticket, we will redraw from the remaining 28 qualified people, and we will make sure that someone does get the free ticket, and we will let you know.
Absolutely.
But we are hoping that he does come, and that's it. And hope everybody stay healthy, have good sales, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Hashtag don't be a dick. Hashtag Jared Leto was not a good Joker. Hashtag bye.